Today's video, let's have a quick look at the price that has surged since 24 hours. So you can see right now the price of DENT is roughly around 0.08775. That's a pretty huge surge which no one expected to happen in the past 24-hour time. So the weekly chart looks pretty awesome at the moment. So it's not just DENT which has popped up. There's a lot of other coins as raised in the past 24 hours after the Tesla news that Elon Musk is going to buy Bitcoin. So after that news, so the entire crypto market has surged a lot. It's not just about DENT alone. So DENT is making huge surges after that news actually. And there are other things to look out as well, which we will discuss today's video. So if you look at the market ranking yesterday when I was making my video, the DENT ranking was roughly around 356 or so. That's where I saw the ranking, and right now it's in top 200. It's in 189th rank in CMC. That's pretty huge move in just one day, I would say. And the volume has been keeping up pretty steady. That's another indication that it's not fake pump, which I would definitely watch out. And another thing that I would probably keep an eye is on the token transfers that are happening, which is obviously open to anyone to see on ETHScan. So if you go there, you can see the transfers and the token holders that have happened every transaction for DENT token. So there you can see the token holders, people moving out of the tokens from the exchange into cold wallets has increased significantly. So I've been watching this token holders since start of January, and since start of January there's roughly around 2,500 new wallets. People bought and moved the DENT tokens into cold wallets because they find it as a long-term value with holding it in a cold wallet rather than having it on the exchange. So that number is constantly increasing. That's another clean indication that it's not a pump that happened in one day. That someone has waited to make an entry, and people are slowly accumulating. Since yesterday, the accumulation phase has broken, as I would say, and that's a good sign. And you can say the tokens that moved out from Binance into cold wallets is roughly around more than 1 billion tokens, which was usually used to be 24 billion. And now we can see the number of tokens moved out to cold wallets has increased significantly, and the tokens in the exchanges has shrunk a little bit. So which is a good sign as well, that people are finding right now as a good time to make another entry into DENT, because the sentiments and lots of new updates have come in the recent months. So the latest update is, as I mentioned in last video, so DENT is now officially mentioned in Apple's website as a worldwide telecom provider for eSIM service. And that's one of the biggest news, that because now people can get a very good visibility of what DENT as a business is doing, and people are downloading the app and giving a try of their new app. So the next new news is they are going to release the next version of the DENT mobile app, which allows you to sell unused mobile data. That's another key reason there's a big anticipation in the community, and the sentiment is generally overall changing significantly. Here you can see, let's make it good, and here you see the sentiment for DENT has significantly increased, has gone up by 87%, and still there are some 13% people don't like DENT. I don't know. But that's for them to chew. So right now, if you look, since yesterday the DENT token was around 33% less than the ICO price. Right now it's surged up by 40% compared to its previous ICO price. So I keep getting lots of questions in the YouTube channel, people commenting whether this is the right time to buy, because it's already surged by 100%, right? So we don't know whether this bubble is going to break, basically. So for those people, I need to answer the question. If you go to any token in the top 100, yeah, any token, just pick random. Let's make a random pick. Let's pick Cardano, yeah, which is one of the top 5 coins, and just let's see. So here you can see Cardano's ROI is already 3031% higher than the ICO price. It doesn't make any sense to get in now at this point if I were you, because it's not a value right point to enter when it's completely higher, actually peaked out. So let's pick another coin as well. You don't have to trust on just one coin randomly. Let's pick something, let's say Maker, and let's have a look at what's the ROI looks like. You can see the ROI is already 11,296% high. That's I wouldn't make an entry at this point, because it's too risky at this point, I would say. And now if I go, let's pick a random one, Quant ONT or something, yeah, and see what's the ROI. So that's already 2,546%. Well, okay, that's just, we have looked at a coin at 78th rank. So let's pick something in the middle range, just middle playground. Let's pick crypto.com, CRO token, which is a very popular one, and see what's happening. And yeah, that's again 253% higher than the ROI. So that the point I'm trying to make is most of the coins in the top 100 have already peaked out. So I keep getting lots of comments saying no, it hasn't peaked out yet. No, it's you can see for yourself. Forget about the all-time high. The all-time high is not an indicator for a buyer. Yeah, as a buyer, I would probably want to buy something which is cheap and not overpriced, or that's the good point to buy. So from my point of view, when something is higher than the return on investment, the ICO price is a clean sign that it's already on the high. So let's pick another one as well. You don't have to believe a word of it. So let's pick another example. Let's pick Stellar Lumens and see whether it's good to make an entry here. So that's already 13,027% high. That's, you can understand what I'm trying to mean. The top 100 coins is already peaked out, and they are well above the ROI, the ICO price, basically. So that's another thing. Let's go for the next 100 to 200 range, just because we know the top 100, we have made a clear point there. Let's do one more in the top 100, just to be. Let's pick Sia coin and see what's it's compared to its ICO price. Yeah, it's compared to its ICO price, it's 19,767%. So you can make it out for yourself, I would say. Let's go to the next 100 to 200 coins on page 2. So let's pick let's say something random, 113th position, Lisk, and let's see how much it has gone up. Okay, that's 2,251% above its ICO price. Oh, you can work it out. That's okay. You can pick any coin. I mean, I would say all have hyped out, and DENT hasn't done that yet. So that's a clear indication for someone to understand where how much its low is and how much high it could go. So Banker is another one which is surprisingly still lower than its ICO price. So that looks something interesting. And let's have a few more coins as well, and then let's wind up. And yeah, let's pick Golem. This might be still lower than the ICO price potentially. Okay, no, Golem is 1,000% higher than its ICO price, last ICO price. So you can clearly make it out how much other coins have hyped and how much low DENT is still. So that's the point I want to make here. So DENT, if you look for DENT, you can clearly see the difference that it still has a lot of room for growth, it's still just only 37% above its ICO price. So even though it might have spiked 100% in one day, still there is a huge volume and room for growth. That's the point I want to bring it to the table today. So now people who have lots of BTC and Ethereum, they are going to rush for coins which have real use case and a proper business model and a working product. So DENT has a proper working product with a mobile app, front-facing mobile app, and a DENT exchange as well. So let's have a quick look at how it looks on DENTBTC in Kucoin. So Kucoin is also keeping up the volume. You can see for yourself. It's keeping up steadily well, and that's a good because I would like to look at the other exchanges as well, how they are performing and how things look there. So you can see the volume is pretty spikes there, and is consolidating right now as we speak. And then let's have a look at how it looks at WazirX, which is another Asian exchange. That one is another one I would probably keep an eye on. So let's have a look at the 30-minute chart and see. Yep, it's holding up the price around this range, 008 range, which is good, and the volume is high, surging up at the moment as well. So if you look at the volume today, it's roughly around 35 million. That's a pretty huge spike from my opinion. So let's watch out what's going on, and let's keep an eye on how it's happening in the DENT USD pair in Binance as well. So let's have a look at the 15-minute chart. So that's, you can see clearly the volume is spiking up steadily. That's a very positive upside here. So as long as the volume keeps up, I think the next price point could be easily 0.002. Let's keep an eye and watch out. So how the breakout happens. Yeah, it's keeping up nicely at 008. So let's have a look at how the DENT ETH pair is performing. So the DENT ETH pair is also pretty much holding up the volume very steadily. So if you look at the daily charts, so whenever the volumes have been high, the spikes are huge. So now we can see we are around here. So the last time the peak we had was in 07, which is 7th of August in 2020, and then after that we are seeing this much surge in the recent months. So probably this could be the break point for on the ETH pair. So let's keep an eye out on the ETH pair as well. So if you look at the USDT pair, on USDT it's a clean breakout here. It's more than higher than 1 year's price as well. So that's a good indication at the moment. And yeah, let's look at the token wallets as well. So that's the transfers are I watched the transfers as well. So just to watch an eye on how much, you can see that's a 12 million move from the exchange to cold wallet. That's another 1.1 million move, 50,000, 782,000, and this one someone has moved to hit BTC to maybe to sell. So this is another one, 2 million, 6 million to Kucoin. Someone is moving to Binance as well, and there's some movements going to cold wallet. So it's a mix of movements happening because some people want to sell and take some cash out. So in general, there's roughly around 1 billion tokens which have been moved out from exchange into cold wallets because of new 2,500 new cold wallet users. Normally DENT is pretty steady right now. It's breaking the consolidation phase, and we can see it's just spiked only by 30% above its 37% above its ICO price compared to the top 100 and even the next 100 range. This token is pretty undervalued, I would say, from my opinion. This is not a financial advice. I'm just making my point from the numbers that we are seeing it compared to other tokens, how they are performing. And it's not financial advice because I don't know the future, how the coin will perform in next 1 week or 1 month. But in general, the market sentiment, you can see, looks 87% good in general. So which is another good sentiment that we need to keep an eye. And in terms of market cap also, it doubled in overnight, so that pushed the ranking of DENT to 189th position, all the way from 356 to 189. So it wouldn't take too long before it could get into, I would say, top 100. So once it gets to top 100, that's when it gets really attractive to the big whales. So they are going to look into bringing some cash into top 100 tokens, which are really undervalued in terms of market. So that's something we have to watch an eye in the next couple of weeks. Next 2 weeks and a month, or even a couple of months, is good to keep an eye, because that will push the token to top 100. So let's say the current price is at 008514, and let's make a quick analysis of how the price looks in terms of the price. So yesterday when I made this prediction for the price, so it was trading at, it was yesterday traded at 00047, and right now it's now at traded very huge. So you can see if it has to stay at 00447, then it will be 2.5 times return, and that is how much it could go right now, since it's now 00084. The price has surged quite high significantly. From my opinion, I think there's lots of room for upsurge for DENT in the next couple of weeks. So let's watch out and see how it goes, and from there we can take things further. So if I have to change it to, let's say, and you can see the price, if it has to go to 001, now it's pretty close to 001. You can see for yourself, and that's another very good thing. So since now it's at 08514, the volume could easily 2x, and that could take the ranking pretty quickly upward. So in yesterday's video from Cryptosaurus, is another YouTuber, he was predicting that it could hit 003, and that's like 3.5 times from where it is now, and that could push it to top 89, top 100 very easily. So let's watch out for this range 001. I think that's between this range is where there's going to be a tough resistance coming up from the market players. So once we break out this 001 and 002 range, then I think this is where you're going to see huge resistance, and when we break that point, that's going to be a good run up all the way to 1 cent. That's what most of them are seeing it. And let's watch out the volume as well. So volume is something which we have to be very closely watching, because if the volume keeps up, then there are quite high chances that the token will perform very well in terms of price. So I think DENT is holding up very well at this point of time as we speak, and once it breaks out the range of probably 001, then we could get the next resistance level at 0.002. So, and I keep getting a lot of people saying it's a wrong comparison to do compare DENT with XRP. So yeah, let's make and I'm trying to pump the coin, that's the reason and for it. But let's investigate a little bit. There are tons of YouTubers saying BTC going to $1 million and BTC going to 100k, next point is 60k, and then there is another few YouTubers saying Ethereum is going to $27,000, and another group saying Ethereum going to $100,000. So they all are looking normal, and people are buying there. That is hype from my point of view. So because you're talking about 27x times higher, and already it's spiked up. Let's have a look at Ethereum. I'm just having a laugh here when people say it's a wrong comparison against Ethereum. Let's have a look. Ethereum. So if you look at Ethereum, and let's have a look at how much it's above its ICO price. That's 62,125% above its ICO price. Come on, guys, this is already on the, this is now a playground for elite rich people, right? This is, even if it goes to 100,000 or $27,000 Ethereum as per their predictions, I'm not against them. All I'm saying is, even if it goes to that levels, only the elite rich will benefit from that upsurge. No, average Jim and Joe is not going to get any benefit out of it, because it's one token itself is $1,800, which is, you got to think about it. Even if Bitcoin has to go up, it's to 100K. It's not the common Jim and Joe and average people, middle class people, who can benefit from that upsurge on those tokens. So and there is another YouTube video, famous video going around, saying XRP could go to $10. They don't have any idea. If XRP has to go to $10, that is like putting the market cap at several trillions, which is not going to happen. We all know that. And even if you look at XRP, it's not a good point to enter and buy in, because it's not something low to buy at this point of peak of the market. So if I go to XRP, right, this is weird UI, yeah, and then if we go to show more, let's give a like, and you can see it's pretty much 74% positive sentiment. So that's 7,812% high compared to its ICO price. So imagine if something is so high than its initial offering price, then and people do strongly argue that XRP could go to $10. The XRP wagon keep saying that it could go to $10. But when I say DENT could hit 0.01001 and 002, they are saying I'm trying to pump the coin, which is a pump. You can make it out. The YouTubers saying Ethereum to $27,000 or $10,000 or $100,000. There are lots of predictions going on, and there's another video going on. BTC could go to $1 million. So that is an hype. you can make it out, right? And when somebody says XRP could go to $10, that is an hype, right? Because it's already hyped and trying to hype more. But whereas with DENT, you can make it out for yourself. I don't have to do, I'm not trying to hype here. I'm just giving you the clear indications of what it is now and how the business, as a business, DENT is doing, and what are the next 3 to 6 months of the product and how they are doing in terms of development. That's what I am talking most of the time, and sometimes I'm comparing the price in terms of market trend. So that is what I am looking. So if you look at the ICO price, it's still 35% only above the ICO price. That is a key point that I would look if I have to buy something. So you say the initial offering price, it may be 3 years or 6 years, whatever it is. But as an investor, if you look, it's not a financial advice, but I'm saying if you want to buy something, you would want to buy something which is underrated, and in terms of utility and business terms and fundamentals also has to be strong. I'm not saying you should compromise only on price, but I'm saying fundamentals also is key. And if you can find something which fundamentally strong as a business and price is also low, that is something you should be looking to buy by putting your $100 or not, because it's a asymmetric risk at this point of time. Because if you just put $100, you get like 117,000 tokens, which is, from my opinion, is pretty good. It's a low risky at this point to make an entry into DENT, whereas compared to XRP or Ethereum or in the top 100, we saw how risky they could go. Because if you look at the top 100 coins, any of the top 100 coins, they all are well above its. Let's look at famous polka dot. and see how much they have hyped. You can make it out very easily to your eyes. How much? Let's have a look. You can see the return on investment is already 732% above its ICO price. So that is that much high. All have gone. Which is 7x, right? Which is already 7x than its ICO price. And if people try to get in now, they could be, if the market goes wild, they could get knocked out very easily. So let's have a look at VeChain. That's another famous one. And good thing is it has a huge supply like DENT as well. So the supply of VeChain is roughly around 65 billion, which is, and still is at $3. Now you can see the difference, right? How DENT could potentially do, and we are still at 0008 range, and something which is similar to DENT is roughly around this range, around 2 cent range. VeChain is a classic example. You can see for yourself. And how much is that? It's above the ICO price. Let's have a look. It's already 137% above its ICO price. So you can make it out for yourself, I would pretty much say, at this point of time. These all have been hyped, and its market cap is 2.2 billion. And let's compare it with DENT. If DENT has to go to 2.2 billion, that's roughly going to be at 2 cents. So that's why I keep saying a lot of times that DENT is easily going to make 1 cent very, very quick, as long as the volume keeps up steady and a new renewed interest comes up and the business keeps growing as such. Because this is not a token which has a utility. Imagine VeChain, I cannot explain to someone new. It's a tech savvy thing, it's a blockchain blah 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 thing. You can't explain to a common Jim and Joe and you convince them to buy, right? But whereas DENT is completely different. People can feel that app straight away, download the app, DENT mobile app on App Store or Play Store. There is 2 versions of the mobile app, one for the Android and one for the Apple iPhone users. So you can straight away, people can download the app and buy mobile data or top up mobile data or get free rewards by watching ads on their app. And there's lots of incentives as well. If you buy 1 GB of data, they top you up with extra 20% data. So an average Jim and Joe even can have a look and feel the app and make a decision pretty quick. That is known as network effect. So the network effect for DENT could happen very, very faster compared to all this VeChain and Polkadot and all those Tron, TRX, XRP. All you can't explain XRP to some common man, right? So why would a common man buy in? They predict that only 50 million people are in the crypto space buying actively. The remaining rest of the world, they don't still know about the crypto coins. So DENT is bridging that gap. So DENT is going to be the first token by far, I would say, as a huge 25 million user base, where the users are using the app without even knowing that there is a blockchain underneath it. That's an abstraction of technology made very simple to the layman. That is a network effect. So the network effect for DENT has a very huge upsurge, which most of them are underestimating. That network effect will not happen for XRP or Tron or your VeChain or your Zilliqa or your Polkadot or Chainlink. They all are hyped, but people don't get it. That 50 million small pool of people are using that as a playground for trading. But whereas with DENT, it's completely non-hyped. That's why in the past 3 years, if you look at the DENT's price, no one has seen any huge surges in the past 3 months. The price has been constantly going down because new coins have been released constantly, because they have been acquiring new users to their mobile app by giving the tokens as a free incentive for them to use the app. So that's the reason the supply of the tokens has increased significantly, all the way from 10 billion token in 2017 to all the way to 90 billion as we stand today. So now the market players are realizing that DENT is really performing well as a business, and the fundamentals are very strong compared to most of the top 100 coins. And And the good thing is average Jim and Joe can now download the app and play around and use for themselves, and they can feel how the app works, and then they can share the mobile app and their eSIM and their mobile data to easily to friends and colleagues. That creates a easy network effect within the ecosystem. And another reason that we are seeing is now it's officially visible to most of the people in the world, because there are 750 million eSIM phones have been sold by Apple since 2018. The first eSIM phone was released in 2018 September, and since then there have been 750 million eSIM enabled iPhones have been sold. So that much huge number of eSIM phones are out there. All the iPhone users are going to come here, and it's going to be really visible for the network effect to take action very quick. So that is a very huge potential business advantage DENT has compared to most of the top 100 tokens, which they don't have. So they are betting on the 50 million crypto token players for their price, whereas now DENT is completely the other way around. It's going to depend on it has a dependency. The crypto players also can participate, and also the common Jim and Joe also can understand how the crypto world works. So that is bridging a gap for the network effect. So the network effect could turn very positive and advantageous for DENT in the long run. And hitting 1 cent is not an hype. I'm not trying to make an hype here. So if all those tokens are 1,200 times and 110 times 1,000, 2,000, 7,000% high since its ICO price, why can't DENT be having that surge when particularly they have a working product which addresses 750 million eSIM phone users? Remember, I am not taking into account the Android phone market. Android phone market is huge as well. So now we have Samsung S20, Samsung S21, all our eSIM enabled phones. And then we have Google Pixel all the way from 2017. All the Google Pixel phones are eSIM enabled. So there's quite a lot of already close to 1 billion handsets out in the market which have eSIM already enabled. So DENT is making a huge target for their business. And another thing is DENT has a fiat revenue as well. It's not dependent on the token velocity or the tokenomics alone. The token has utility. Straight away you can use the token and buy mobile data. I can say how advantageous is for an example. Last week I bought a 1 GB of data on their mobile app using the DENT tokens, and I had to pay a month ago 25,000 DENT tokens to buy 1 GB of data. And today I went into the app and I wanted to buy 1 GB of mobile data. Guess what? The 1 GB of mobile data right now is well above, it has gone down significantly to, I'm checking straight away as we speak. So if I have to choose 1 GB data, 1 GB data is now roughly costs only 4,959 DENT. So that much potential it has. A month ago, you have to use 25,000 DENT tokens to buy 1 GB of data. And right now, you have to use only 5,000 DENT tokens to buy 1 GB of data. Imagine if a month ago, your average Jim and Joe bought the token in the app and just kept it, that would have given him a 5 times buying power for the same fiat value. So instead of paying, so let's say for example, a month ago 25,000 DENT tokens costs only $5. Yeah, and I would have paid $5 and got this 25,000 tokens. And instead of buying the data immediately, I just kept the tokens in the app, right? And then after a month, now as we stand, now it's only costs 5,000 tokens for me to buy 1 GB of data. Don't you see the difference? Now your $5 is worth 25 times more. You can buy literally 5 times more data using the same $5 amount of money. So that is a value proposition every user of the mobile app is going to see. So if I buy the token and keep it in the app for a few months, then you can be sure that the demand is going to shrink the total number of DENTs needed to buy the same data. So now as we stand today at this price point, it costs only 5,000 tokens to buy 1 GB of data. And imagine if it has to hit 1 cent, then you're now talking about only few hundred tokens needed to buy 1 GB of data. So how long do you think that the app users is going to realize this simple mathematics? It's not going to take long time before the app users is going to realize. When the app users and the network effect kick in, the app users are going to realize, okay, if I buy some tokens and hold it in the app, I could buy large amount of mobile data just by holding the token in the app, because that shrinks the supply out from the exchanges. The reason for the price going down is the tokens in the exchanges are the one which keeps the price moving. The price of the token is actually determined by the exchange value in the token in the exchanges. And if the number of tokens traded in the exchanges is shrinking, then obviously the price pressure will be more. When the price pressure is more, the token price will kick very high, and the people who is holding the tokens in the app are going to find it really beneficial, because they didn't have to do anything. All they have to do is buy the token and just hold it and keep it in the app. And after a couple of months or 5 months after, then you're going to buy 5 times more data with the same amount of tokens you bought a month ago or 2 months ago. So how long do you think this simple thing a mobile app user is going to understand? And remember, the app allows you to buy the mobile data both using fiat currencies and other cryptocurrencies as well. It's not just your fiat currency like US dollar or is the only way of payment in the app. You can buy tokens as well, pay the mobile data in using DENT tokens, which is the native token for the app. And on top of that, they are supporting other cryptocurrencies as well. They are very open in terms of the market. So they allow people to buy and bring in other cryptocurrencies into the ecosystem as well. They are open. They are not saying, okay, you have to buy the data only with my token. They're not doing that way. They are keeping it very open and transparent and doing the business very intelligently and smartly. And they know how the network effect plays, because that's the reason we have now 26 million mobile app users for the DENT ecosystem, which is quite huge compared to other tokens. The next biggest token is BAT, which is Brave token. That's the next biggest token which has a huge user base. Compared to others, this is the huge one, next one. So that's an advantage of the mobile app. The mobile app could create the network effect very, very faster than we could imagine potentially. So yep, so when the XRP token holders, they say, I'm trying to hype the token, I just want to make it very clear to them that it's not a hype. When people say XRP could go to $10, that is an hype. When a token is just 30% above its ICO price, it's not a hype. It's not even a hype. It hasn't started yet, I would say. It's just warming up in terms of the potential growth to hit 1 cent in the long run. Yep, thanks for watching. And another thing I want to mention for the other YouTubers as well, they have been saying Ethereum could go to 100,000, BTC could go to 1 million. So even if that goes, only the elite rich people can benefit from that, not the common people who can leverage the advantage of becoming a millionaire using these simple tokens. DENT is potentially a very high potential, because there are 90 billion tokens and there are 8 billion smartphone users globally, and with just eSIM alone there's around 1 billion eSIM phones right now as we speak in the market. And with the announcement of partnership with Apple, now DENT is officially recognized as a worldwide service provider for eSIM, and you can see on their website, and people who are using the iPhone, they are going to come down to this page easily, and this page is something which gets million hits a day. So that's a indirect soft PR for marketing for DENT, and that's a good thing actually, because now lots of people can download the app and buy mobile data, and once they realize that using the DENT token to buy the data is quite advantageous, because as I said in my example, a month ago I bought $5 worth of DENT tokens for 25,000 worth of DENT tokens for $5, And right now in the mobile app, if you have a mobile app, download the DENT mobile app. You don't have to believe me. Go to App Store or Play Store, download the DENT mobile app, sign up, register yourself. It takes only a couple of minutes. And once you're signed up, you can see the price of 1 GB of data. Now, right now, as we speak, the 1 GB of data is close to 5,000 DENT tokens. A month ago, I had to pay $25,000 for the same $5. Right now, if I had held the tokens for 1 month, I'm getting value now. I'm able to buy 5 times more data than it was a month ago. If this realization comes to quite a lot of users, like the 26 million users, how long do you think the network effect will take to kick in? I don't think so. It's going to take a long time. And when a lot of people buy the tokens and hold it in their app, that will shrink the supply of the tokens on the cryptocurrency exchanges. And when the volume of tokens in the cryptocurrency, right now you can see the number of tokens circulating in the cryptocurrency exchange, particularly Binance is the biggest one, is roughly around 23 billion. This number will come down considerably. Once this number comes down considerably, we are going to see a huge price pressure on the exchanges. That is not very too far for the network effect to kick in. So we are expecting around this 1 cent range for DENT, and that will put DENT into top 50 coins. So that's my analysis for today. Yep. Hope you get the point what I'm trying to mean. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.